What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. I'd like to thank all of you guys for tuning in ahead of time. I'll let the chat load up. I know I haven't been on here for a while, but just wanted to get back into the swing of things and just start putting out content here and there. And this one, I'm basically just talking about this concept of you know rebooting, reloading, resetting, starting, just getting a new restart or a new thing going on, or basically just a new frame of mind. Cool, Coley, what's happening? A new frame of mind, you know what I mean? And just looking at life as far as not forcing things. Tonight I started on my Wi-Fi, so hopefully we don't have the same issue that many of you guys that if you watched my last video, it kind of cut out. So I'm working with YouTube trying to get that back up because it was originally 30 minutes, but now it got cut down to 13 seconds. So I don't expect too many people on tonight because I know a lot of my what's up, Laquan? A lot of my people who subscribe to my channel, there are other people who they subscribe to who are probably on right now. But basically, I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to cover this as far as sometimes what's up, Charlie? Yeah, it's on. You know what I mean? Um, Sometimes you and this happens the older we get. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm some old man, but the older you get, you come to points in your life where it's like crossroads sometimes, and it's like maybe time for a reset, so to speak, or you don't really know what to do, and you're like things are a certain way. You want to just have a different change in life, and I've said to somebody about sometimes we'll get caught up in negativity and stuff like that. It's probably bright as hell on this thing here. I meant to light it before. But yeah, shout out to Char Willie, shout out to Jared, Laquan, all everybody else. But you come to these things where like I've said before, you may get distracted or you may get away from things that you like to do and stuff like that. And sometimes you just have to either go back to the basics or go back. What's up, Tamara? Go back to a starting point or just refocus on your goals. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll be you'll get blinded from some things and you lose focus. As far as goals, like I said, and what can be important or as I was watching videos and looking at what people are talking about, and it's like compromising, or you have ego and you have heart space. And I don't think I've really been an egotistical person, but you have this concept I'm learning about the ego and the heart space, and sometimes the heart space tends to you'll compromise it, or you'll do something to go outside of your heart space, and it could offend someone or it could end up offending yourself. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get away from or out of your move. What's up, shoe girl? You get out of your flow of things, and trying to get back to it is like frustrating, or you get lazy and stuff like that. So a lot of these things tend to happen. So I just wanted to not so much go into my story, but let people know this stuff does happen. Doesn't matter who you are a lot of times, unless you're just that blessed where you don't have to go through certain things in life. You know what I mean? But as I've said before, I'm like more on a tip of trying to be more positive, trying to put out more positive videos, even though I know they're not the most popular. And I thought a lot of my stuff was being taken as being negative, or me being in a funk, or being you know spouting negativity or saying things. But like I did this last live stream I did, I can talk about all these things. A lot of well, women are, why you shouldn't do this, why you shouldn't do that. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these videos that I see a lot of people do. A lot of times there's negatively charged, and when I do them, it's like, who is it really? Who is it really being? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it really helping? You know what I mean? Who is it really helping by saying these things or giving? I can give my opinion on it, and I guess lessons that can be learned from that, but you know, not being so you know, be more, I'm just trying to be more upbeat, more uplifting, I guess, so to speak, because negativity, what they say, negativity is a thief that steals joy or something like that. And there's no need for that. You know what I mean? There's no need for that. I've been watching videos for this guy, over the past few days, and everything, he just exudes positivity, and he's got 1 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And he's not negative at all. He's just positive throughout his whole videos, and he puts out some good stuff. What's up, Adeline? If I'm saying that right, But I just wanted to convey, I guess as far as a reset goes, I don't think it matters as far as an age limit. As far as rebooting, because you can always, how they say, in religion, you can always turn back to God. It's never too late. you know, So with this, I'm kind of saying the same thing with restarting or just your mindset, just changing. I mean, just changing, not so much your opinions, but just your mindset, your outlook on life. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that I would do, for those of y'all who have been watching my morning motivation. You know what I mean? It's it's a paradigm shift, as I say. You know what I mean? No, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. The same thing, Char Willie, every Thursday. I'm gonna be at the restaurant tomorrow. Saying, doing my same thing, but it's like a paradigm shift. You know, they say, people say in evolution, and when you know every relationship, you come out better. And I think one of the subscriber one of my well, I don't want to say subscribers, she was like, basically, it brings you closer each time to perfection, each person you're involved with, relationship, all that stuff like that, which I can agree, because you take certain things from it. But um this is where I'm saying, that reset comes in, as far as to sit back and just reflect on what it is. You know what I mean? Just sit back and reflect on those things, and to not get caught up. I used to, a lot of the stuff, as I say, I'll say it, but a lot of times I don't follow it like I should. I'm like blinded, or I just dump all the stuff out, when it comes to certain things. And some people do that. You know what you're supposed to do, but you go ahead and do the stuff anyway. So I say that to say, the way life should be is just going with the flow. You shouldn't force anything. You shouldn't force anyone to do. And I've kind of had that concept after a while, but you can't force anything. You can't force anybody to be with you. You can't force, like, something to happen. You know what I mean? It just having that mindset, like, hey, this is me. This is who I am. I'm gonna be positive. You accept it or don't accept it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go on with my life. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. You know what I mean? If this is where you want to be. If not, I mean, that's cool too. So, uh, that's where I see. And this guy I was watching, that's kind of like his philosophy on things, is that you just focus on your azimuth or whatever, and there's a divine, whatever's meant to be. And I've always had that, always thought of that. You know what I mean? But whatever's meant to be will be. You know what I mean? Whatever's gonna come to you is gonna come to you regardless. You just stick to your path and stay on your azimuth, and you know don't fret over anything and don't force anything, and it's going to come to you. And whether that be a person or a goal you're working towards, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If that person is meant to be with you, they'll be by your side. But it's one thing about it is that you can't force it unless you're just going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to stress yourself out in this process, which I guess many people tend to do. And they get caught up in, like I said, you know they forget their position in this whole game, this whole thing called life here. Uh, you forget yourself in the process. That's why, the thing that I said the most basically is, at the end of the day, you always hear me say that at the end of my videos. It's on my shirt here. Anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. And I've always said that when I started saying that, is that it's not really about personal belongings or material items. When I say anything lost can be found again except for time wasted, it's about finding yourself again. Two Trill, what's happening? Dark Man Jeff, what's happening? It's about that reset, and it is hitting me now that I'm thinking about it. That's really what I was talking about, is that it's not necessarily about some stuff like Job and all this stuff like that, about losing people and losing a watch or a car or losing your house and all that stuff like that. It's about losing yourself or losing your way on that path, because you can always get yourself back as long as you're living. You can always redeem yourself. You can always come back, as it's just a learning experience. You know what I mean? And you can do it. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna wait till Monday to do it. Just like when people want to lose weight and stuff like that, I'm gonna wait till next week. I'm gonna get on this diet. No, you can do it. You can do it tonight. You know what I'm saying? You can do it tonight. Why wait? And it's just a matter of just getting that in your mind, just changing your thoughts to that point. And it's as I would always say, getting on that bubble. But it's something, obviously, this is the part where there's repetition. You know what I'm saying? Michelle, what's up? It's that repetition. You have to keep that repetition going. It's like exercise. You know what I mean? It's like exercise. Going to sleep with these things. The whole law of attraction, this karma situation, all of this stuff that's connected. You have to have these thoughts like on autopilot playing through your head, as far as who you are, who you're trying to be, this goal that you're trying to get to. And I know this is probably sounding boring to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, the worst thing you can do is be pressed. And that's on anything. And I posted something on Instagram. This was months ago. You know what I mean? I said, I believe I said something like, you can basically get anything you want as long as you're not pressed. And everything is going to come to you unsolicited. You know what I mean? As long as you're not pressed. And that's basically, it takes a load off of you, and it's kind of more attractive a lot of times. You know what I mean? It's people find it attractive. You know what I mean? And you're basically taking the pressure. You don't want to pressure anything. You don't want to pressure anyone. You don't want to pressure any situation or put pressure on yourself. You know what I mean? You just let things be what it is. That pressure is what leads to anxiety. And this anxiety, he said, you're speechless about what she said. The older we get, the more we should realize how important a good quality of life is. Most things can be replaced, but you can't be. Take care of you and seek the Lord. It shall add years to your life. I hear that. And all y'all that's in here, get the likes up, man. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Hey, I appreciate it, Dark Man Jeff. Shout out. Um, it's you can poison yourself and you don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? You can poison yourself by worrying about things, that you have no control of, and the anxiety, you know, kicks in with some people, and some people don't even know what anxiety is, when it hits you, because you're off of your cloud, you're off of the azimuth, you're putting too much thought into things as opposed to just going with the flow. So if you just focus, a lot of times you just focus and just have that mindset, that you know I'm a believer in divine decree. I'm a believer in what's meant to be will be. But when you go through certain things, all that stuff is out the window. You tend to forget about that, and you focus on what it is instead of focusing on this divine decree, and there's a divine order of things and choices that are made and all of this stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I hear you, man. Everybody has stuff going on in their personal life. You know what I mean? But the mind is, and I've always been a fan of how people, how your mind, how other people's, how their minds work. But the mind is so powerful, and I've always said, if you're in control of your emotions, you're one of the most powerful people, for those who are in control of their emotions, and can go through life and just let things roll off. You know what I mean? Just let everything roll off. Don't force anything. Go with the flow, nonchalant. They say that's one of the keys, obviously, to happiness. Some of the happiest people just don't give a F, so to speak. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, just take it as it comes. And for some people, say you answer the questions when they're asked. You know what I mean? You answer the questions. But I've been talking a lot about karma lately, and this, you know, how what you do, and how you treat people. Obviously it's a direct reflection of yourself. But I do believe the things that you do come back on you, whether it is good or bad. You know what I mean? And a lot of people make choices, you know, when they're young, or they make choices now. And karma is an instant thing. It's not like it happens years later. What you do now, or what you do to other people, happens to you. You're living in it immediately. So, for those of you who have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I say, you know, a lot of times we wonder why we're in the position that we're in life, but we don't examine the things that we do to people, or how we treat other people, or even how we treat ourselves, and even down to health wise, as far as diseases that we get, and other ailments, how we treat ourselves, we can call that karma. But some people will remain in this cycle, and they'll make fun of people, and they'll treat people a certain way, and they wonder why it is that they're that way. I'm trying to shift my paradigm and reset and reboot, just to be positive all around, and I've done that for a while, trying not to hurt anyone, you know and sometimes it happens. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I say stuff that upsets people. Sometimes I don't realize it till afterwards that I've upset people, and then I'll apologize. But, you know, as far as being in a man's nature, um, appreciate it. In a man's nature, and I'm not saying this to be negative towards women, but it shouldn't be in a man's nature to antagonize another, or to make another person jealous or angry, or make them feel bad about themselves, you know. And that's definitely not what I'm trying to do, with anyone. I'm trying to be on good terms with whoever. I'm trying to, you know, have my energy precede me when I walk in a room. You know what I mean? So swear it must be some type of bizarre psychic shit because I was just thinking about the same topic early in the mindset right now. Too, it is what it is, you know. But nothing is without purpose. I just think that you know, you should treat, and that's the mindset I've say it, but and I've said it in the past. You should be treating people as if it's their last day on earth or it's their birthday. Everybody's treated a certain way, on their birthday. You know what I mean? It's like the best day ever on your birthday. The turn up, everybody's, complimenting you, everybody's wishing you well, all of that stuff. And just imagine if it was like that every day. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't see you saying those who are easily offended. I don't get anything out of, not to say I'm not going to have an opinion about things, but I have an ability to easily upset people. Not I'm not just talking about because y'all don't know me outside of what I say on YouTube, but outside of that, I don't talk too much differently than when I talk on YouTube anyway. I talk pretty much the same, but I have a it's like I don't want to say it's a talent, but I can easily offend people, and a lot of times I don't know it. You know what I mean? So I have to check myself, and I have to especially watch what I say, and it's not even worth it getting into arguments with people a lot of times because it's not beneficial. You know what I'm saying? It's not productive to argue with anyone, or to try and prove your point on certain things. Some things isn't even worth it. You know what I mean? And especially it's going to take you out of that space that you would want to be in. So um, that's where I'm trying to be mentally. You know what I mean? That's where I'm trying to be with people. You know, and I haven't even been angry in a while. You know what I mean? Even with the stuff that has transpired, I haven't even been angry. You know what I mean? So it's it's like with these things, why not be positive? What's the purpose of being negative? And like I'm not going to turn this into a law of attraction karma thing, but at the end of the day, what's the purpose of being negative? I hear stuff all the time. I could tell you guys stuff as far as karma that I've known that has happened to people, stuff that has happened to me. And when I hear it now, I'm like, you know, I don't care. You know, I'll sometimes I'll say, well, hey, they were living this lifestyle, so that's what comes with it. Or this person did this to me. This person did that to me. I did a video on karma, a few months ago, and I told a story about someone that was close to me. you know. And when I look at it now, I shouldn't have really done it. But at the end of the day, it was just something I wanted to convey to y'all to let y'all know that, you probably won't see it when things happen to people, but things do happen, and it is based upon how you treat people. You know what I mean? What you putting out there, your intentions. The intentions is one of the most important things whenever you making a decision. It's your intentions at the end of the day, and that's where your reward comes from. Whether you're a believer or not, you're a believer in divine justice, believer in recompense, being compensated, whatever like that. That's on you. But I've seen a lot of things happen to people who have had evil intentions and have tried to do people dirty. You know what I mean? Yeah. You, it's best to be humble, practice humility, and just just walk away from whatever it is. Walk away from whatever it is. Go with the flow. You should be like water, man. You know, should be like water. Don't let anybody run over you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, you know, the nature of man should not be to destroy someone else. You know, should be to uplift someone or assist them. You know, even if that means, not hurting someone. You know, not hurting someone is considered in these days and times. Just the fact that you're not hurting them is helping them, because nowadays people are so out to hurt people. You know what I mean? Just by you not hurting them is, looking out for them. You know what I mean? But you can surround yourself. I think somebody was talking to Jeff. Surround yourself with positive people and all this stuff like that. You can surround yourself with positive people, but if you're like me, you still have to go to your bed at night, and all that stuff is over. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if the connection is going bad. You can have all the positive thoughts and reassurance from all of these different people telling you everything's going to be okay, but they're not in your ear at night. They're not in your ear when you're by yourself. It's just you and your mind, and you have to reassure yourself and constantly tell yourself through repetition, or even make a recording to yourself. I was thinking about doing a video just for myself, just about basically an affirmation, just so I could play it for myself, and keep it on repeat, just so I can have it installed in my mind, even at night, subconsciously. Just let it roll in a loop. That way it's just stuck in my brain overnight. And that I forgot the effect when you hear stuff and then you dream about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know they got some chart with it, but I'd rather have some, of my own voice. You know what I mean? Rather than these robotic, voices and for these affirmations, that a lot of these affirmations are like that. I'd rather hear my own voice, basically speaking to me. You know what I mean? For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, and is a discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart. Yeah. You can read these things, but you can read all types of stuff. I can even, which I don't even listen to my videos a lot of times because I don't even like the sound of my own voice talking. But you can listen to these people. You can listen to a friend. You can do that, but unless that is stuck, your mental voice is stuck. You got it on repeat and it's playing. Hey, but everybody's different. Some of you may be able to master it. I'm a lot more hard-headed, So it takes repetition, me constantly telling myself these things, over and over and over, because I tend to get distracted throughout the day, you know what I mean? So I need to constantly hear these things, you know, to keep me in that frame of mind, you know what I mean? I don't believe in shit. Somebody always asking me my horoscope when I'm on here. No, I'm not a Scorpio. I don't follow horoscopes because I believe in God. But I'm a Capricorn, if you're asking. But yeah, man. I mean, that's just something. I need a life coach. You say I may need a life coach. I am a life coach. What are you talking about? I may need a life coach. Yeah, but it's just some thoughts I wanted to share with you guys here. Try to keep it positive. If they demonetize this, oh well, we'll see what happens. They'll probably do it anyway. But it's cool. But I just wanted, for those of you who may be thinking about it. I was in a car wreck where I broke bones, then going through a divorce and baby mother. Yeah. GPs have doctor general practitioners. I guess that's what you're talking about. To come overcome your own personal demons. Yeah, it is hard to overcome a lot of this. That's the hardest thing a lot of times is overcoming your mind. That's why people do all this crazy stuff out here. Like I said, I as I think I told Josh, I have unresolved grief. You know what I'm saying? So just overcoming that, you have to constantly remind yourself of certain things, or constantly, because everything is a trigger. Anything you can come across can trigger, certain things. So yeah, the mind, like I said, if you master your mind, you master your emotions. I mean, that's a gift. Shout out to those people who can. You know what I'm saying? Who can just flow through life and let nothing bothers them, and they can cut people off and do these things. That's quite a space to be in. You know, I would say it's a gift. You know what I mean? But everybody suffers something throughout life. But everybody has their own personal demons. People on drugs, people going through family problems, family issues. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I'm just saying from a personal standpoint of you know your thoughts, maybe a reset, maybe you just looking at life through that lens, of I will, even though I don't have a lot to be positive for or positive about, you know how far has negativity gotten you? How far is being negative going to get you? That's the real questions we need to ask ourselves. You know, that's the question. How far is being negative going to get you? How far is treating someone a certain way going to get you? You know, and there's always that divine, perspective for those of you, whether you believe in karma, law of attraction, you believe in God, all of these things. There's always that divine piece of it, you know, of things happening. So just go with the flow. Be like water, man. Don't press. Don't force anything. Let it flow. Just start your day off in that space. I know it's like one of the hardest things, but that's basically what I'm choosing to do, and trying to do more informative videos, because I'm looking at the latest videos I've done, and it's like, I'm looking on YouTube right now. I'm looking at the last few videos I've done, and it's been kind of dreary, and like I mean, I know I've had some laughs here and there, but it's basically like, uh, you know. And like I said, this may not be as popular. A lot of these videos are obviously going to be more helpful, you know, not to say self-help, but you know, more health conscious, more financially conscious, more business conscious, uh, and just positively geared, for people to watch. So that's my goal, you know. Rather than I know negativity, sells, it spreads faster, all that good stuff, but that's what I'm choosing to go on. You know what I mean? I was gonna do this video outside, but I didn't feel like going out there, and there's probably all kind of love bugs and stuff going on. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Say a change of environment. Videos help you out a lot. No problem. Sometimes, man, maybe it's something, some inspiration. I'm told to do it. I don't know. I don't liken myself to any of that, but like I say, whoever's meant to see my videos will see them. And if it was meant for you to see it, that's why you saw it. Yeah. So keep it going, man. Be positive, as the dudes say. Fight the good fight. You know, fight the good fight. Don't let anybody get you out of character. Return negative. With a positive. He said maybe I had to vent in those. I appreciate it. Shout out to Laquan, man. Appreciate the super chat, bro. But yeah, it's vent. I vent on here sometimes. Sometimes I say certain things. But there's a way of doing things. You know what I mean? There's always an order and a way of doing stuff where you can't and I'm gonna say this, you can't the people say don't wear your heart on your sleeve, but at the end of the day, if you're a human, I'm a human being, I'm not a robot, so I'm gonna do that, and I don't care, you know because I'm not trapped within the confines of masculinity. I'm a man at the end of the day, so whatever rules they have out here, these rules for interacting with people and dating and all of this other stuff, um I don't subscribe to any of that because I'm not trapped within those confines. you know and as you should, if I believe, if you feel a certain way about someone, you should tell them. If you love someone, you should tell them. Uh if you have certain feelings for someone, you should tell them. You know what I'm saying? What are we hiding for? If I believe honesty is the best policy. You know what I mean? But that's hard to come about with certain people. Some people have hidden motives and they're fake, and that's why it's upon you just to be that beacon, be that person who's real and known to be the truthful. If someone asks you for your opinion, you know what I mean? You give it to them like that. So, I mean, that's how I see things. I try to be as honest as possible. If I feel a certain way, I'm not gonna sit there and just you know not be real or straight up or 100 with somebody. So that's how I see it. You should. I'm not saying being an emotional person, but just be. You should express to someone how you feel. Some peanut butter and some crackers. Damn, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. You need some milk with that or something. Get cotton mouth, whatever they call that. Goodness. Speaking of that, Char Willie, I got my. And I ain't even getting paid. The congregation. He's drinking coconut milk, huh? Yeah. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. It's getting late, and I know people, when they watch mine, they probably like, this guy's always doing like these hour-long videos, and it's going on like 40 minutes now, and I still have to do my discussion board discussion tonight for this college course I'm in right now. This college course, how redundant. This course I'm in right now, but yeah, man, y'all just stay positive. You know, hit that reset button if you feel like it. You know what I mean? Snap out of what people think about you. Now, this is what I think about myself. You know what I mean? It just took, certain things happening to change, my thought process. I'm gonna be who I am. It's just certain things. There's nothing wrong with positivity, you know, and changing your thoughts. Not so much your opinions, but changing your thoughts and the way you approach people in life. And that's basically all I'm saying. It's not too late to start tomorrow to be that person. You know what I mean? It's not too late for any of that. To treat people in that way. Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. Whatever's meant for you is gonna come to you. So that's what I live by also. And whatever's not meant for you, it'll never see the light of day. So we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening, same place, with the the mariachi and all that stuff playing tomorrow, over margaritas and all that good stuff. And I'll try to think of a topic that I want to discuss tomorrow. Probably be something, and we'll chop it up. So, make sure you guys, if you haven't, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? Check me out on all the links below that you see. Facebook, Instagram, Teespring, Patreon, Amazon. If you haven't got my books, make sure you go ahead and get them. You know what I mean? It's very cheap. Remember, there's always tomorrow. Remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted, as I said before. Peace be upon you all. Let it emanate from you, within you, upon your family, all of that good stuff. And the mercy and blessings of the Almighty be upon you as well, and may He keep you guys safe, and you guys have a wonderful, incredible, great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening. All right, so I'm out of here. Peace.